Good morning, everyone. Hope you all can hear me on Zoom and in person. Probably will be able to hear you somehow. But today we're going to go over Canva basics for you guys. I know that a lot of people have used Canva or have very limited use of Canva, and there's always something new and changing, which we'll get to closer in the middle of the presentation. They just had their big Canva update, so you might see some new things on there, which is probably more complex and advanced for another time or another class or maybe a one-on-one consultation. But I just wanted to go over how to use Canva at the base level. John L. Scott uses a lot of Canva files for things that they share as far as market updates and different promotional social media items. So it's probably good to get an understanding of just how to use it in general, because that's how they share a lot of the things that they make for you guys to use. So today, I just want to go over basics. So we'll talk about what those are, how to use it as a realtor. So some ways that for you guys as real estate agents can be utilizing it and not wasting your time, because you guys aren't marketers. You didn't sign up to be a marketing guru, but it is, I would say, half your job as a realtor is to maintain clients by marketing yourself, promoting yourself, and staying top of mind. And a lot of that is through visuals, because we're in a very visual industry where the looks matter and the appearance matters, and that's also on social media, how you appear and the print media that you give out to people. All those things matter, what they correlate with who you are as a realtor and what you do. So I do think it's really important to have something that looks nice, because that's what kind of will set you apart from another person in the neighborhood and in the community that you're trying to market to, and just wherever you go, period. Because a lot of what people see either online or in their mailbox is going to be a resume of who you are as a real estate agent. So my goal is to help you guys understand it better. I also am always here for Canva questions you have. We will go over common Canva questions at the end. I use ChatGPT to ask it what are the top 10 questions that realtors have in using Canva for their business as real estate brokers. So I will go through those top 10 questions, but today's class is interactive. So if you have questions while we're going through, or comments or concerns, just chime in online, unmute yourself, or chat or comment in the chat and in person. You guys just blurt up if you have something you want to go over. So to start, it is good to have an account. If you don't have an account already, you can just go to canva.com. It is a browser site, but it also is an app on the PC. So if you want to download it to your computer, you can also do that. It is also an app on your phone. So if you have, I have a phone, you can download Canva as an app on your phone. So if there's something you want to download to your phone to post from your phone, you can actually just maybe make something online on your computer, because it's bigger and easier to create, and then go onto your phone and download it to your phone to post on social media, put it on your video editing, whatever it is. It's really compatible because it's a cloud-based program. So make sure you have an account, and make sure you download it on your phone if you'd like to have it both online and on the mobile access. These are the basics that we're going to go over today. Shrink you guys. We're going to go over the dashboard, just kind of how to utilize it, how to look over it, how to signs in Canva, how to organize your materials that you guys are looking at, and then how to download files. And then we'll go into questions at the end. So you guys will notice that this is Canva, but Canva just got a facelift because of their big Canva Uncharted event in April. So now it looks like this. So there's no purple background, it's all white, and you'll see some other items on the left-hand side. So it's pretty similar, but I just wanted to kind of look at it from this perspective. So let's just jump into a live view on Canva. Everyone on Zoom, you guys can see my live browser. You guys see me scrolling and moving?
Yep.
Okay, see. All right, so on Canva, this is the dashboard. So when you go on canva.com and log into your account, you'll see this is the home screen. It's a little shrunk on here, so it might look a little different depending on the PC you're on. Zoom out for you guys. But so up here, you'll see this question every day: what will you design? Even if you're not the one designing, you'll see your designs here. So it'll only show your recent designs. It'll show your templates. So this is anything Canva creates. And they just added a new Canva AI section. So this was a part of the update. They have all this new Canva stuff. But I do want to show you guys, they have a little video of an announcement. You guys can look at it or not, but it's just what the new things are. So they, I'll just show you, they came out with a few things that people recommended, and they're pretty big. So this will be another class, but they have Canvas sheets now, studio, charts, a new design studio. They can code on Canva now, and now you can do Canva AI design for me. It's personalized to you guys. So I don't know, their upgrade was pretty big. It can do a lot of things that no one can do, like a normal graphic designer would take them a long time to do it. This does it in like 2 minutes. So I would have some fun. It's kind of like ChatGPT, where you can just say, design for me this, or give me something that looks like this. And they have you have some examples here. So if you guys want to check out all the updates and the new things that they have some just ideas here. But that is just, yeah, a lot of very complex as far as there's so many things you can do. It's a rabbit hole of what you could design. But hey, if you guys have some time to look at Canva, what you want to do, that's where you'll find it, Canva AI. So back to the home page. And if you ever want to locate the home page, this is just a side note, you can just click on the Canva icon and it will locate you back to the original home page on Canva. So that's where you'll see, that's what those 3 items mean. This is a search bar. This is just going to search for all your designs completely through Canva. So if you're looking for a flyer and you type in flyer, it's going to come up your designs. If you type it, do it under template, it's going to come up flyer templates for Canva they've designed. So make sure if you're not finding what you actually designed, it might be because you're under templates, not your designs. So make sure you're under your designs, not the Canva ones. What you'll see here is you'll see a bunch of little bubbles and some new ones. So this is because of their update recently. So you'll see a bunch of different Canvas templates like flyers, Instagram posts. They have documents, presentations. The presentation I'm even doing today, I made through Canva presentations. They have social media, so all kinds of social media sizes and ratios. You can do video editing, print media, and websites. And then they do have on the right corner, a lot of people do ask me about this on Canva. They ask, I have something I want to design with a very specific size. There is a custom size option. So if you want to design something custom to like a sticker or I know like a feature card, whatever the size might be, you can actually put custom size here. And this will allow you to put in your own size. So it will automatically go to pixels, but if you're not familiar with the pixel ratio, you can also do inches. So if you're looking for a 5x7 card, you can just type in your dimensions, 5x7, and click create in a new design, and it will populate to the exact dimension that you want to create. Here to the home screen. So as far as upload goes, this is another one. An update that Canva did is they allow for different kinds of files to be uploaded. So if you have a PDF that you received from somebody, which I actually just recently did for somebody, you can actually upload media, and this is where you drop your content here. So if you have a PDF that you want to edit now, you can upload it into Canva, and Canva will do its best to, undo the layering so that you can actually, change or manipulate things in the canvas. So if you have questions about that and it's not configuring right, you can just ask me about that. But that does happen when, a TC or someone makes you something for a flyer and you want to edit it, you can use Canva to do that as well. If you click more, see all, this is just a breakdown of all those different sections on your left-hand side and all of the variety of things you can create within that. Underneath here, like I said, recent designs, this is where all your recent things will be, your creations. It will go from your latest creation to the, and you can organize it actually clicking here. but this will be your most recent design. And if you click on something, like if I clicked on this letter and I go back to my home screen and refresh, this letter will be at the very top now, because this is the most recent one I just opened. If you want to organize your designs, you can click view as a list and organize them differently this way. So it just looks different. You also see, when it was created or edited last. I like my visual organization because I can see what the designs are. That's just a general main dashboard. On the left-hand side, you'll see this is where the menu is. So you can actually close the menu or open the menu. So I'm keeping it open for now. On the left-hand side, you'll see the create button. So that's what will prompt that same exact menu display as this one did over here. On your left-hand side, it's the home screen. You have a projects tab. So projects, this is going to be anything you recently designed. We'll go over folders, like how to situate those and all the images and whatnot, templates later. This is where you'll find all your projects. Your templates are on your left-hand side. So these are going to be templates that you can create yourself, or templates that Canva has created for you. Photos, graphics, these are all Canva generated items. So templates, photos, graphics. Some of the stuff down here you probably don't need as much for creators, but you'll notice on Canva that if you have a let's say like a square object on a canvas, just looks like a square, it'll say created by. So different designers around the world create items and graphics for Canva people to use. So they're the ones designing all the stuff for you for free, or if you pay for the pro version, there's a bunch of people out there who do it, and then you can actually follow the people who create all these designs. So if you like something that someone's doing or a certain design, you can follow them. But yeah, so that's what that means. And then start content. So this is actually items that you can click star. So if you find something you like in Canva, as far as, oh, I like that square that I was using, you can star the item, which I'll show you later in the canvas. And then if you want to use it in later design, you can actually find your starred items here. This is in templates. So then in your brand kit, you'll see on the left-hand side, bless you. This is for the pro version. So John Scott, we pay for a pro version, but what the brand kit is used for is to organize your specific brand for real estate. So you might have logos that you want to use. You might have colors that are specific to your brand, secondary colors, fonts that you like, photos that you like, graphics that you like. Brand kit will be advantageous for you if you choose to go for the pro version, because it allows for you to be in a canvas. So like if we're in this one over here, and the left-hand side will always be the same too in canvases. You'll see brand, and if you hover over brand and click on it, all these logos and colors that we organize in the back end will all be in every single one of your canvases. So if you have a document and you want it the exact green or the exact color every time, the advantage to not having to sift through every color every time and type in the hex code or whatever is that it's right there for you. It's ready to be branded to whatever the design is. And I'll show you how to use the brand kit later too, which you can just automatically do it by clicking it, and it will change it to whatever automatically. Something cool about the logos too. Anyone who has logos that they like to use, especially just John Scott ones, it'll just automatically pop into your design if it's already uploaded into your logos, which is really nice. Plus, you'll see your templates at the top. Underneath your brand kits, yeah, you'll see the breakdown. You also see brand templates. John L. Scott has a bunch of brand templates, ones that you'll probably see on my desk too. If you are in my desk and you just search up Canva, you'll see a bunch of different items that come up with Canva links, and that's what John L. Scott does create for you. I will just teach this right now because a lot of you have had issues with this. I know, Eric, you had that open house sheet that you couldn't edit, that you couldn't edit the actual one that they had created. And how you make your own is if you have something that you open in My Desk. So like, let's say it's just a CMA cover page and I want to use this brand template. What will happen is you can't click and edit the item. So like, let's say you try to click on the name or something, it's not letting you edit it.
Right.
The reason is because it's the original copy. So what you have to do is you have to click File on the top left corner. The drop down will come and it will say make a copy. So when you click make a copy, it'll generate a copy of that exact document. And then it'll say copy of whatever the item is, and then it should become editable with the places that you want to, put in your information, your photo and whatnot. So that is one that has come up a lot, with just how to access Canva items through John L. Scott. Top left corner, file, go down to make a copy, and that's what will give you access to the document. Go back to, oops, here. On the left-hand side, this is where the new Canva AI items are. So just like we were on the home screen, if you want to play around with Canva AI, like Canva, make me a just listed post that's catered to Washington users or Washington consumers. You can see what it creates. It does some fun, crazy, weird stuff. I can't really control AI, but it is a fun way to get some generation going. I use it for someone's bowling event graphic, and it did some funny stuff with that. So have fun with that. And then if you will see the bottom left corner here, the very last item under the menu is apps. Canva has a bunch of apps integrated into it to make it easy. QR codes are really big on all of your materials, and Bitly, if you guys know does anyone know what Bitly is online in person? What does? Bitly is an app that allows you to track the scans on a QR code. So if you have let's say a marketing flyer, and you have someone scan it at your open house, you can actually use a QR code with Bitly through Canva to track the scans. So Bitly is an app in Canva that you can log into your Bitly account and track that QR code and create the QR code from Canva. So if you have something that you're using or are just curious about, you can search the apps to see like what they have. But this one, they have QR codes and links, so you can connect your accounts straight through Bitly and Canva. One that I really do like is called Brand Fetch. This one will fetch logos, high quality logos from well-known brands. So like if you want the exact logo of Instagram or Facebook or Google, it actually will pull that logo exactly as is. I don't know, it's just a fun one that I like that I'll use, but marketing material is just kind of nice to have the actual Instagram, Facebook logos instead of lookup ones. There are thousands of apps on Canva. So I just YouTube a lot of like Canva apps for realtors, like what are the most common video editing hacks, whatever. Canva has so many items you can use. So I would explore what you can find on here. Yeah, it's just endless. They have one with MailChimp. I know a lot of people that use MailChimp in the office. So Canva can use e-newsletters and integrate into your MailChimp. So the possibilities are endless with a lot of the integration. So I'm gonna go back to presentation. Is there any other questions about the left-hand side of the menu that you guys saw? Okay. So back to the new dashboard. That's just an overview of what you're looking at when you're looking at Canva and what these items are on the left-hand side and how to navigate them. So for creating designs in Canva, the main ones that people have been using Canva for are flyers for either an open house or a new listing, or now we're doing door knockers or mailers, postcards, so postcards that you're sending out or ordering through Bear Printing, social media posts, videos and reels, and presentations. I think it would be really impressive if someone sat down with me as a first-time home seller and had a really nice Canva presentation laid out with how to sell a home. And you can use so many items even from John L. Scott's resource center that have things that you can just like, I would put as photos in my presentation that look really cool. Or even from the home seller guide, if you made that into the presentation and just took a photo of that and put it in there digitally, that would be.
Is that in there already? I thought that they had that.
They have a way to, yes. Well, that's the seller guide.
Right.
And they have it in Canva. So if you just made that into a presentation, like took that section from the listing guide, yeah, that would be pretty cool if I had a digital presentation in front of me. It just looked really high end and nice because Canva has a lot of features. I mean, this presentation is using Canva. You can do animations and graphics. So I do want to check out how to make those flyers and postcards. So flyers, postcards, and social media posts are the main ones. So on the home screen, like I showed you guys, there is a icons already at the front that show you flyer, social posts. So if you click on flyer, which is the 8.5 by 11, you'll see if you hover over it, it'll say portrait and 8.5 by 11. Some people have asked, well, what if I want a landscape flyer? That's where you could click custom size on the right and change your units to inches. And I want a landscape one, so I'm gonna do 11 by 8.5. Create new design. You'll see it says brochure landscape 11 by 8.5. I click on it. This is the flyer I want. Landscape, and boom, there it is. So that's how you would create, a landscape or portrait flyer is already on the main screen. This is their default, so you'll always see that there to click and create automatically. For postcards, Bear Printing has some dimensions already on there. If you don't know how to use those or you're just having me create them, that's totally fine. But if you'd like to start with an idea or see what Canva has, you can click custom size again. Their large postcards are 8.5 by 5.5. So I would just type in the dimensions I want because that's what they told me they need. And I would create a jumbo landscape postcard. And there it is. So create it for me. And then the last one I want to show you guys is social media posts. They have Instagram as like a default one here, but I would encourage you guys to click the social media icon to see all the kinds of social media layouts they have. They have every single one. The main ones you guys would probably be using is the Instagram posts and Facebook. A note that I will share is Instagram did an update later last year where all their Instagram posts are not a square anymore. They're longer. So they are now in ratio 1380 by 1080. That's why you'll see a 4:5 ratio, and you'll see the pixels are now 1080 by 1350. Well, 1350, not the other one. So when you're making Instagram posts, I've been slowly converting all of mine to the longer portrait posts. So just be mindful of that when you guys are posting. That's probably why if you have been using square ones, they're like huge because they're blown up from the ratio change. If you want a Facebook post, they have Facebook ones, they have YouTube, they have a bunch of different types, Twitter, Pinterest. So they have a bunch. If you are curious of, okay, I have something very specific, you can always search it out here. But for this purpose, if you want to create an Instagram post, just click on there. It'll give you the template. Ready to go. I'm gonna go back to our presentation here. So that's how you create them. That's just you click it and it creates it. And I'll show you guys how to even create it as in the content designs a little later. Any questions about creating designs in there? All right, so before I jump to the next section, a lot of people have asked about their content to create. We did a class about how to create attractive content in Canva last fall. So this is a video in our John L. Scott playlist. If you guys want to go check it out, it's only an hour, and there are some questions in there that some of you may have asked or have had yourself. So I would go check that video out. There are some other Canva. There's actually a class that we did just like this one in there too. if you guys want to check out more ideas, but don't know how to create content, go check this video out. So organizing your material, a lot of people will just create a bunch of stuff or, you know, have just a bunch of designs and then you can't find them because they're not organized. So I wanted to go through the folders and how to access that like I was showing you guys on the dashboard. So these folders on the left-hand side, you'll see the project section. So this is the home page. The project section here will have a breakdown of your designs, and then you'll see folders. It's also organized up here too. Folders, designs, your brand templates, if you have included those, your images that you've uploaded, and your videos. So if I'm going to start here, well, this is all, but I'm going to start here in folders. So the purpose of folders is it's just like on a file explorer, like you would have a folder to organize where things are stored. So this is the Canvas version of a file explorer, is to organize where your things are stored. If you have flyers or social media posts that you like, whatever it is, this is where you could name it social media posts. For me, I do our templates. So I have templates for featured cards, for business cards, for flyers, open house posts, social posts. All these are stored here because I know that these are where my templates are going to be. To make it easier for us and you guys, I use a folder for that. Ways that you can use that are for your, you know, if you want to organize this by your listing. If you have a rented house that you want all the stuff stored in that rented house, maybe you store the feature cards in this folder, your flyer, your postcard for that, your social media posts. Great. How do you move things to the folder? So if you're at your home screen and you're like, okay, this is my flyer that I want to store, you'll see over your designs that there's these little, sorry, I'm gonna reload this. There's these little dots in the top right corner of your designs. And if you click on them, it'll give you options. It'll say open in a new tab, make a copy of this, move to folder. So this is where you're going to move your item to the folder that you want to organize it to. So you'll see all the options here. Mine would be under templates, so I click templates, and then I click move to folder. Something you can do in this as well to organize yourself is to, let's say this is my Kent North template, but I want to name this my flyers. You can actually create a folder while you're moving it. So this is just it's a good way to stay organized, and so you're not always having to search through Canva and try to remember what you name something as. It can just become a hassle to find something in general. So this is how I use the folders for just staying organized, so you're not taking a lot of time to find it. That will be located under projects. So that's just how they've named it, is these are your projects and these are the folders underneath them. And then you also see your images and videos. So if you click on images, these are any of the images that you upload to any Canva design you've ever done. It just stores them all here. What I mean by that is if you're in a canvas like this one, and you look on the left-hand side, you'll see your uploads. And if you hover over them, it's just gonna change which section you're on. But if you click on it, that's going to activate. I'm gonna stay here. This is where all your images that you've uploaded. So if you click upload files, and then you clicked on the image, it's going to populate into this area. So this is where all your images are. So maybe you're adding, image of your house to your flyer. You clicked on it, so it adds to your canvas. Or maybe you have a video that you want to edit, and you click on it, and you want to add it to your canvas. It'll automatically populate. If you click on it, it's automatically going to add to your design. But if you want to see all the things that you've done, that's where you would go to your projects tab, go to your images, and that's where you'll see all of them. A side note in here, we actually had a question about this a couple weeks ago. Someone was asking, I just want to download that image to my PC or my phone. If you're in your images tab, you hover over one of the images and you see the top the little three dots in the top right corner, and you click on it, you'll see edit image, move to a folder, replace, or download. So you can actually download this image directly with not the canvas, but just this image to your device. I used to add the image and then try to resize it and then click download and try to download it to my computer until I realized, oh, I can actually just go to my images section and download it straight to my computer as a size. So if you're like, I have a really nice headshot on Canva that I don't know how I have the Drussillos here and I'm trying to download just that team's photo, I can actually just download it straight to my computer from my images folder. So same thing with videos. If you have videos in here that you want to download that you uploaded to it, but you're like, how do I get just that video? You can download videos as well. And you can also, if you have something, you're like, oh, I didn't mean to add that. You can always click on it and click move to trash and it'll delete it or trash here as well. Let's go back here. So that's your project section and how to organize all the materials you're making. I really would encourage you guys to start doing this at the beginning because the later you get and the cooler things you make, and then you just have like all these designs and you're at your home screen, you might be scrolling through this for a while trying to find what you made that one time, because I used to struggle with remembering what I named something as. So just important way to start out using Canva if you haven't been doing that already. So let's move on to downloading files. So this is a big one. A lot of people get to the stage of, okay, I got my was it your John L. Scott open house sheet done, but how do I print it? You have to, so Canva does offer a print, offers a print service. So you can like order certain things through Canva and pay for them. So that's totally fine. I have friends who order wedding invites through Canva. They make their own wedding invite on here and then they'll populate it and then print it out. I've had people order flyers, like real estate flyers through Canva. You can do that. But if you're trying to print them out here, or you're trying to send them to Bear Printing or whoever your preferred printer is, if you're in a flyer, which I'll go back to, I'll just go back to one of these flyers. If you're in your flyer and you're done making your design, the way to download it as whatever file type you're looking for, I will say generally for flyers, you want to download it as a PDF file. You'll go to the top right corner to click share. Under share, you'll see a few things. You'll see people with access to your design. You'll see who has access to the link to your design. If you ever want to share it with me, I have had people do this. They give me the link, but it says only you can access. So if you want me to help you with your Canva design, make sure you click the drop down here and click anyone with the link so that I can also access your design. Click copy the link and send it to me. And now we're down to the bottom. And this is where you'll see the download option. So if you click download, it'll populate to all types of files you can download. You'll see the file type at the top left corner. It will always come up PNG because that's a very complex, high quality file type. But for this flyer, I want it to be PDF. So I'm going to go to the top right corner, click the drop down, click PDF for print. You'll see PDF standard and PDF print. This one is high quality for documents and emailing, or if you have hyperlinked items on Canva. But we're just printing the flyer because you just need it for your open house and we're trying to get it done. So click PDF for print. And then it will ask you a couple things. Crop marks and bleeds. You don't really need this unless you're getting something professionally printed. Flatten PDF. I do this. People ask me about this a lot actually, like why do you flatten a PDF? A PDF will have layers to it. So you can, if you upload it to Adobe PDF, you can like move certain items on it. But if you flatten it, it becomes like a picture. Because a picture, you can't move certain parts of, like, I can't move part of that garage different places because this is a photo. But if it's a PDF, it's like, I click here, it's the whole, that became a whole image. So the reason I flatten a PDF is because I like it to just be one single image. So no one can touch my design and move things on there, but it's not a huge deal. You don't click that. Down below, you'll see select pages. So if you are having a fun time brainstorming flyers and different designs, and then you're like, okay, I'm really just gonna use this one, that's fine. But you do want to make sure that when you download your PDF, you select the page that you want to download. So if you click download, it's gonna download all 12 of my designs into one PDF, but you don't want all 12 designs. You'll have to click the drop down of on the top right corner. It'll say select all, but you don't want to select all. I just want to select page 1. Or I can click current page if that's the page I'm on. Or if I just want to select all of them again, I can do that as well. But for this purpose, I just want to download the first page. Click done. And then the color profile, this is just a preference thing. You will see it has a professional printing option, but if you don't have a pro account, that's okay. You don't have to use that. This is good as is. And then you'll click download. So this is downloading my flyer, the first page as a PDF. And then it will populate to save to your computer now, and then it's up here. So that's how you'd print it. As far as you wouldn't print it inside of Canva, you need to download it to print it. I want to show you guys how to do a social media post. So let me go back to my designs.
On that PDF export, do you do CMYK for here?
I do.
You do.
Yeah, but that's just because I use I use the pro account. But if you don't have the pro account, that's okay. But I do use the professional printing icon if it's like in-house.
Yeah.
Stuff that I'm doing, or if I design something for you guys. I know I just had someone do the exceptional homes flyer from a flyer, download it as a CMYK file so that it's for like the highest quality it can be. If you have an Instagram post or Facebook post or whatever kind of post you have that you're trying to download, let me go back to my templates. Let's say you have a social media post for your listing. I'm going to click on my just listed post. Okay, this is the post I want to use. I have a bunch of designs, but this is the one I want to use. I'm going to go back to the top right corner again, click share, locate the download button in the bottom left. So for Instagram posts or social media posts, I generally use a JPEG icon, and with a pro account, you can change the size and quality. What size and quality do is it changes how big the file is and how many pixels are in it, so it makes it higher quality. At the standard, it's great. This is exactly what you need for your Instagram posts. But if you have the pro account and you want to try a higher quality version of it, this is what dragging the size will do. You'll see it goes from the 1080 by 1350 to a bigger size. It's going to keep the dimensions, but make it bigger in general. And then the quality is also going to affect just the quality of the photo, what the graphic looks like. But what it is as a standard will be sufficient for any post that you guys do. So I'm gonna click keep it the same. I'm going to go down to select pages because I had fun. I made a bunch of designs, but I only want the page I have now. So I'm gonna click current page. I'm gonna click done. And then I'm gonna click download. So this will download my image. So it's ready to post on Facebook. It's ready to post on Instagram. I can share it as a story on those accounts. I can put it as a YouTube background, my Facebook cover page. That's a file that is compatible for those places. Go back here. For videos, if you have a video that you're trying to download, I'm actually going to go to, I'm going to go over here, back to our projects. Wait, if you have a video you're trying to download, you're going to do the same thing where you're in a file. So I'm actually going to go to our presentation today. And in the top right corner, you're gonna do the same thing, click share to download the file. Download. Instead of a PDF or a JPEG, you're gonna click MP4 video. This is the only video option they have, so hopefully it's easier to locate, but it'll just say high quality video. You click MP4 video. This is the quality, the standard quality it will choose. If you have Canva Pro, you can make it 4K, but for basic video quality, this will be sufficient. If you do have multiple slides in a video that you're trying to edit or create in Canva, you can choose when you select pages in the top bottom right corner, you can choose what pages are a part of your video. So if you don't want every single one that you created in there, you can unselect certain ones and it will fill in the gaps and make them go to from one to the next slide without it making it weird.
So McKenna,
Yeah,
so with the quality, do we just keep it the same when it comes
for the video.
for the video?
Yeah, video is just gonna be standard. If you have the pro version, like I said, you can make it 4K, which is like really high quality, but you don't need it to be.
Okay.
Because the other thing with the quality is the higher the quality of picture, video, PDF, the larger the file will be. And some people have had this issue on MLS where they go to upload something and it's too big of a quality. That's because it might be too big of a quality as a photo, so it needs to be smaller in Canva. I'll show you guys how to compress photos too. So that is just a note on there. So if it's too big and you're getting errors, you can ask me about how do I make this smaller, but it's might be because your quality on the image, or the PDF or the video is too high. And then of course you click download and it will give you your video download. It does take a little bit longer than a normal design because a video just has more elements to it, but that's how you do that. While I'm on here, I will show you the other download options. So we looked at the PDF, the video, and the JPEG. PNG is the same, it's similar to JPEG, but it's just a different form of image that will be compatible with a lot of the things that you guys are using as far as social media or the MLS, or just general graphics. And PNG is a little bit higher quality. This one will come as this is the quality it will show, but it's not going to change the quality. You're going to change the size of the actual graphic for PNG, but I don't want to get too technical with that. They do the same thing. They're both images, JPEG and PNG. You will see PPTX, that is a PowerPoint document. So for this presentation, if you guys are more familiar with PowerPoint or don't love Canva for some reason, but if you want to use PowerPoint, you can actually download this to be a PowerPoint version, or let's say you're partnering with a vendor and your title person has a PowerPoint and you guys want to make your guys compatible, you can download this into a PowerPoint presentation so that it's, viewable on there. If you guys ever want to do that, you'll see two other options. You'll see SVG and GIF. So this is don't worry about that. That's just for graphic designers and web design. So that's going to be complex. You'll probably never use that. If you do use that, that's probably an error. You're probably going to get errors trying to open it. So just don't click that one. And then you have GIFs. So GIFs are a type of file where it will repeat the same thing over and over on that image. So if you have like something moving, like we have a video that will replay. Eric uses it a lot during sales meetings. Anytime you see something that repeats itself after a few seconds, that's a GIF file or GIF file. I don't know how to say it, but it'll repeat the same thing over and over. Some people use it on their email signature. If you like a video kind of playing, they'll use it as like it kind of looks cool. It's like a preview or something. So that's a GIF file. Again, you'd use that same as the video. Treat it like a video when you go to download the items in there. That's exactly what it's going to do, but it's going to repeat it, and it's going to be lower quality than the video. I'm going to go back here. All right, so I'm just going to run through Canva, how to use it as a realtor. We kind of talked about the brand kit already, and but we haven't talked about templates, just access them. So I want to talk about the templates and scheduling. So in Canva, I showed you that these are your designs at the top of your page every time you log on. But templates, if you click here, this is Canva templates. So this is whatever they've created in the world from those creators, they create templates for you guys to use, free or for the pro version. So templates are, I mean, they have so many on here. It would take me days to scroll through and show you all the templates they have. But for this purpose, I just want to show you how easy it is to find something using their templates. So if you have an open house flyer that you're trying to get, you're just trying to get done, boom. It's like Google, but for graphic design and creation, is it will show you a bunch of different options for open house flyers. And you can kind of see they all look like they're 8.5 by 11 automatically because that's the general layout of a flyer. One thing I will note is, does anyone know what the little crown means? The little crown. That is a pro account. So if you hover over it, you'll see this premium template is included with your Canva Teams plan. So that's because we have pro, but if you don't, that's because you're just using the free account, which is totally fine, but you will not be able to download this. You might be able to access it, or it might even limit you using it because you don't have pro. So if you don't have a pro account, that's fine. You'll see it like this template, great template, doesn't have a crown, this one doesn't, this one doesn't. So find ones that if you don't have the pro account that are just are free to use. All these are free to use. And then when you do click on it, so if you find a template that you like, I like this one, you can click customize this template and it will generate to your own canvas. You will see on the right hand side, like I said earlier, the way you have to download your files to get access to it, but you can also order items through through Canva, but it might be more expensive or take longer to get here. But this is how you'll access your template. So you'll just click customize this template and boom, now you can create it and edit it from here. I'm gonna go back here. For scheduling, that is a pro version. That is a pro feature. So for this version, you can go into, say you have a social media post that you want to schedule. You can go to the top right corner and click share. And then click see all. And if you scroll down, where's my scheduler? You should see, let's see. There is usually here it goes. So you have to search it, but it should say schedule. And you click schedule, you can actually, if you have the pro account, you can connect your Instagram and Facebook to Canva and schedule your items straight to that platform. So you can click the day, time, next, choose the channel that you want to post to, the items that you want to share. So if I don't want all of them, I just want that page, I can write the caption and then click schedule and it will be ready to go. Or I can click save draft. So I do note that if you like using this, go ahead, use Canva and utilize it if you're using Pro. If you're not using Pro, I don't use the Canva schedule even though we have Pro because I use the Facebook Meta Business Suite, which is it's going to save you so much time and effort, and you can do it all in one place, and it gets you guys to use a Facebook account too, and to manage all your stuff. The other thing with Facebook Meta Business Suite is it gives you data on and insights on your posts. So if you post something on Facebook and you want to see how many people saw it or how many people liked it, engaged in it, that's why I would use the Business Suite to schedule your content in. All right, I'm going to run through this last bit here on questions. So before I run into these questions, I kind of want to just, because we have about 10 minutes, see if anyone came with questions or things that they've been using in Canva that they're kind of curious about and are struggling with, like, I don't know how to do this or that, before I go into the questions.
Well, my random question is how do you access the JLS stuff? Like you said, do you have to be logged into your John L. Scott email or do you just your normal Canva email? Or I see the flyer that you created me here already, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, so for the Canva stuff on John L. Scott, there's gonna be the John L. Scott templates in my desk. And then there's gonna be like the stuff that I share with you from the Kent North office. So anything on my desk that is that you access, that's just through your Canva account. So if you find something on my desk and you're like, oh, I want to download this housing market update, you just click on that link, it'll show you in Canva, but you need to have a Canva account. It doesn't matter what the account emails through, it's just it'll open it in your Canva account.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah. And then side note too, if you do have an item that you want from me or you want to, work on, I can give you a link, Canva link, so you can access it yourself, and vice versa. I know, like even for your custom that we had a link that you started that I just edited because you shared it with me. So that makes it easy to get graphics done and yeah. So any other questions before I run through these top 10 questions? Okay, so I'm just gonna verbally talk about this. So the number one question was how to make something look more professional. People struggle with just what it looks like and consistency of your brand, because sometimes you'll see a social media feed or post and you're like, wow, it looks really nice. How do I get that? A lot of that comes with just using the templates that they have for you and sticking with similar colors and fonts. So that's what I do. If you check out our Kent North page on Instagram, you'll see that we have the same fonts, we have the same colors, we have a lot of the similar images, and we use the logos over and over. That's how you make it look more professional, as we stay consistent with your branding. Consistency isn't just in your branding, but it's just in your overall marketing efforts. That should just be the one word if you kind of use through all your marketing is consistent. Just stay consistent. Keep doing it. Because that's what it helps your brand. It helps people stay top of mind with what you're doing, because they see you on Facebook, they see you on Instagram, they see your videos on YouTube, they see your letter in the mail, they see you door knocking. Just be consistent. That's what makes you look more professional overall. How do you add logos or headshots to your designs? We did look at the upload section on Canva. That's gonna be the easiest way to store your logos and your headshots. I do want to show you really quick that if you have a headshot or a logo on here that you uploaded, what's this? If you have let's say I upload this house, if you hover over the image and click on the three dots in the top right, you will see that it will have a name. If you want to access that specific image easier, you can actually rename it by clicking on it, clicking the little edit pencil, and clicking, Tacoma house, enter. So now when I go to search my images and I search Tacoma house, it's going to come up with anything that was a tag as Tacoma house in there. So eventually my photo will be in there. So if you want to, locate files easier, you can actually rename them here, or else they're just going to be named as image if you've uploaded them or whatever the file was. These are all image. So I probably wouldn't be able to locate these very easily, but if it, like this one, yeah, this is like the Kent North Advantage because I took it from that file. So that's going to be a little bit easier to find, a logo or headshot overall. Third question is what size should you use? So we kind of looked at the sizes on the Instagram designs. If you guys are using Instagram or Facebook, I did share that it did change the ratio from 1080 to 1350. So it's now not a square, it's a longer portrait. So to make your items look a little bit more, not as big, but organized, that's the dimensions you're going to use is 1080 by 1350 for both Instagram and Facebook. For your stories, it's going to be the same, or it's going to be a little bit longer actually. If you are looking at a social media, or if you're looking at a Instagram story post, so click on your social media here and you want to post a story, you'll see it's a little bit bigger. It's 1080 by 1920. If you have questions about, McKenna, I want to post something, I want to share this, but the size looks weird, just ask me again about the ratios. We can figure out how, easiest way to look at those is just looking on here on Canva. They have all the sizes for you of what you want to post. Yeah, and that's the same thing for print, postcards, business cards, all those, the dimensions are on there. But again, if you're using something to post or print and you're not sure the size you should use, please just ask me before you print or post, because it might look weird if you don't know exactly the dimensions you're going for. But generally, they have them already on Canva for you guys to look at and use dimensions wise for both social media and print media. Fourth question, how do you stay on brand with your brokerage guidelines? We have a thing I'll send out with this class. It's the John L. Scott branding guidelines for your colors, your fonts, and sizes for that. So I'll show you guys what you guys need to be using on your stuff. Anything printed on your marketing material does need to have the John L. Scott logo on there or recognition of the John L. Scott brand. So just keeping in terms of the advertising guidelines in the state of Washington, you just need to make sure it looks like you're associated with their brokerage, which is John L. Scott. So yeah, that's how you do that. I will send out the advertising thing so you guys can see the full list. Where do you find real estate templates? Again, we looked at that. It's just like Google. You search up the real estate templates and they will be there. And that's any kind of, it could be neighborhood market updates, stuff like that. I know you just get specific. Use Canva AI if you want to play around with that. You can just search anything in that templates section on Canva. If you want to reuse a design, you can actually duplicate design itself. So if you have something that you like let's say you like this flyer and you want to duplicate it, you can click make a copy. So that'll create a copy of that exact flyer. If you're inside of a design and you want to duplicate something within this actual design, you can actually click on the item that you want to duplicate and you'll see this little tiny duplicate button and it'll duplicate that item for you. So just a little tips there as far as how to navigate making copies of something. Seventh question, how do I download? So that's printing and social media. We talked through that. For the MLS, I did want to show you guys downloading for them. So they do have recommended sizes for your photos. So they have 1048 by 1365 pixels, and they have a maximum size of 15 megabytes. So if you're struggling uploading photos to MLS, this is something I refer to. Also just Google it if you're like, why is my photo too big? It might be because your photos are too big from the photographer, or you're not downloading the right ones, but that's why you might be running into some issues with MLS. So if you need help with that, please ask me, but those are the general sizes and things to look out for when uploading anything to the MLS. What's the best way to make carousel posts? So sometimes you guys will see posts that kind of go in order, so one after another. How you do that is you can actually get your Instagram post ready. If you're looking at this social media post and you go to download it and you want it to be multiple photos on a post, you can actually click share, click download, and when you go to select the pages, I would just download them all. And that's all the images you would upload to your Instagram or Facebook. So then when you're in Instagram or Facebook, uploading any of those, you just select all those images in the order you want them to be seen, and that's what creates a carousel post. So sometimes you'll see that. You can get really creative with that, but you don't. That's the basics of what you probably need to know for a carousel post. Is you just choose the images you want and choose the order you want on Instagram or Facebook. And if you have issues doing that, just let me know. We can do it together, so I can show you how to do it in person yourself. Almost the last question, scheduling posts. So yes, you can schedule posts from Canva, but again, Facebook Meta Business Suite might be the best to use, in my opinion. And then what should you be creating in Canva? Here's a few items that you can create. I would highly encourage testimonials. That's the biggest one that I get asked for as far as like small graphics is, hey, can I get a review post? Yeah, people like seeing what your success is. as far as hearing from other people. So share your reviews, share what you're doing as far as your open houses or solds. But make sure you're also, besides all these graphics, make sure you're sharing the photos of you out in the world doing the real estate stuff. Like, I think it's good to be authentic with, maybe you're going out to the neighborhood that you did a market update on and getting a picture with the, just the neighborhood or great new park in Riverdale, wherever it is, just putting your face on there so people aren't just seeing graphics all the time, but they see you and your face so they can feel like they're there with you. So, that is, all the top questions that I saw from ChatGPT. I was like, oh, it's interesting, but also questions I get in the office a lot. So if you guys, have any more, I know we're at time. I do have consultation set up on our website, at the Kent North website, that you guys can schedule a time to sit down with me if you want to go through Canva more. It's a really complex, it can be really complex as far as what you can do in Canva, but I just want you guys to just know, how do I download something? How do I access something? How do I go about even navigating the dashboard? I know we can go more in depth, and we'll have a more in-depth class to go into, like, how to use certain programs maybe to make it easier for you guys. But if you have any questions as far as how you're using it in general, please let me know. Are there any last comments or questions before we wrap up?
So you already have like 2 pre-recorded on the Kent North, so, because this was kind of like a really boom, like really fast, just.
Yeah, and this was recorded too, so if you guys want to, this whole class is recorded, so if you're, it's hard because Canva so much that this is gonna be you guys stopping and starting this video back when you watch it. So we have 2 more classes, like I mentioned earlier, on our John L. Scott playlist already. And I know that this is it's a lot fast paced as far as, because it's Canva and there's so many things you can do, but please feel free to go to our recordings, look at the video and stop, pause and play to get through how you're using Canva, because I want you guys to feel more familiar with it, but also have this video as a resource to remember how to do things and refer back to. So
Do you recommend just maybe playing around with like a text kind of template first?
Mhm.
Because some of them are like super complicated, like picture, text,
mhm,
photo, picture.
I
And
would,
There's a couple that are just like very simple, really easy, just like 1 or 2 edits and then. The
Yeah.
rest is all filler.
yeah, because I would start with something really basic. Either you use a template from John L. Scott or you use a template that you found up here. And I would just get familiar with how to fill in the text box, how to add an image, how to move things around. If you've ever used like Microsoft Publisher or Word, some of those features are the same. But if you are really struggling and it's taking a long time, I'd rather I show you and help you out hands-on here at the office than you struggle with doing that every time. So I would start small and then get, grow with your experience with it. I've been doing this for many years now and seen Canva evolve. So the level that I do it at shouldn't be the level you do it at. So I want to help you guys get comfortable with just using it on a daily basis when you need it. So but that's it. So make sure you come back to this class and maybe tomorrow or the next couple of weeks and have fun creating some Canva items. So thank you.
Yeah, you McKenna.
Yeah.